Yeah, it's some facility on the moon straight away. It's the timeline when they recruit and also they train. There's certain trainers, there are different levels. There are human trainers, there are reptilian instructors also. And the reptilian instructors of different ranks. As I understand, some of them are kind of like more just you know what to say it. Others are more that are handlers of specific bright starts. I don't know why this came to me. Basically high IQ, whatever humans that they can start them up, put the right programming into their heads and things like that. But that room that I told you, you're sitting here, your son is sitting here. It's kind of all blends in, you know, like I see the dark gray room and you're all dressed and it's not a hologram, it's a real, because when I touch it, but it doesn't dissipate, but you're kind of blending in because you're in this vibrational frequency of the whole. And then this person we're just talking about comes in. Are you two agreed? She said. And you say, no, not yet. I disagree to be here even. I don't want to be his handler. You wanted me to be. And she said, well, you refuse, we pick somebody else in your reality right now. And that would be your husband, you know that. It's a whole web of people. Basically, it's like a map in her head. But she's basically like she puts together a list of people. She goes into database, zooms through, and sees who is on standby kind of position or not an active contract, and you have to renew it. Things like that. But you're definitely refusing. There's something about your DNA, like I said before, that I felt that it's important for them. It's sensitivity levels, intuitive part of you that I see is blocked. There is like an orange transparent square in your head, which connects. It's right in the middle of the head, like it's in a vertical position, how I see it. And then I see you like in the orange reflection from that goes into your eyes, shields it. And then I see there's like a helmet. It's a light gray, kind of like silver helmet on your head. And I see you in the chair. It's like a reclining chair. It's a different room. It's a different. This one more like torture room, or like an interrogation room that you were in before. And here's another room that connects to the other room. They're all connected somehow. And that's a base on Mars. It's a different one. It's like you went through a portal to that one. And she puts this helmet on. And there's a nurse that connects some tubing system behind the helmet. It goes into the wall. Into the wall, there's a computer in the wall, but it's like a flat screen built into. And I literally see like lines of numbers, and there's a lot of them. And then they're being scrolled down by invisible force by themselves, like. And I feel like they're literally going through the tube into your head through the helmet. And that's when I get the 18, 19 years old. That's a preparation of something. The DNA is definitely touched there. It's like 13 going into 14%. They try to influence it through different injections. And also, I see this strange scene. I see on a spaceship in one of the at night that they took you, you're 27, and they feature some clumps like that slime that kids play with, kind of looks like slime, orange and yellow, bright orange and bright yellow. They literally kind of like put it in your mouth, and then I see it on the screen like it goes throughout your body and they're watching it. It has some technology in it, something. Um, it just like one dot that I see the block, and then from that one dot there are this little tiny I kind of like spiders coming out, and then black metallic ones. And that thing like gives birth to one, and the one produces another one. It's kind of self-replicating substance until the program is done. There are 50 of them. That's the end of the program. And they migrate throughout the body. I've seen this before. They use it quite a bit. They can eat out holes in the energy sphere and the organs. They can go to the head and block memories or cause some neurological disorders or whatever that is that they want them to cause, because they're all remotely controlled from the base. And that substance is weird because it's always like makes your energy body absorb. It's almost like, I thought it was air because it's like expanding like a balloon, but it's like water. Like they produce some fluid. It resembles kind of like lymphatic fluid, and then it expands, and it's light yellow, and your body goes bigger and bigger and bigger. It's almost as if it's absorbed water and it's not letting it go. I think it's needed for some experiments because you're going to be like a conductor of some informational fields, and also be large enough to its body to body contact information absorption from that. And that's when they put the right figure, which was your husband, on your way, you would absorb the information from him through physical contact and store it in you. It's like it's being recorded in the head, and it created that it all looks like a transparent plastic orange square that would record it and would form little squares inside, like like a disc, like discs, but square ones. And then they would activate each disc. It's like there's an interesting thing. Sometimes they hover over your head on a spaceship, and they put like I see a bright light going through the bottom of the ship, and then it activates one of the boxes. It's like lights up, and it just spills, basically like literally spills the certain phrases, certain ideas, certain things you have to do to your head. Let's go all the way back. I see what comes up. I've seen this before. There is this just let's see, it's a kind of like 5-6D density astral level. It's not, it's away from, it's not on the solar system now. It's a big like an island. You know how they draw sometimes like under the surface, which is kind of rocky, underneath like this. It's not a planet. It's a platform. The platform has a big bluish kind of castle with columns, something that resembles a city hall of any city, a similar structure. But I see it more like Gothic style on top. That's why I said castle. It's blue, transparent, crystalline structure. It's almost like they pulled on the energy of different crystalline souls build a castle. And because it's totally, it's conscious, like I feel it. And you're there. It's like a mystery school of knowledge of the universe, of ours. There are a few of them. There's also some on stars and planets. Um, and you're just teaching there. And I see like some person in the black cloak shows up. It came to me. This person is a male energy, and he calls himself the um. It's like it's Lazar. It's Lazar, Lazar, something like this. And he came to me because he wants, basically, ultimately, he wants to take your spot. But here's the duality comes out. It's kind of like the misconceptions of white and black magic. I feel like they actually exist, but on Earth they're together. It's one magic, just played up for duality purposes. White and black is all the same. Doesn't matter which color you pick. And he says to you that he's really proud of what you do. He likes what you do, and he would want you to teach him how you do the energy manipulation techniques, how you connect energies for creating something new, and how you recycle all the energies into beautiful things. They're different things. He wants you to teach him. He comes from Buddhist constellation. There's like this Draco looking inside the cape. You just really see because the hood is like so big. It almost shields his face. And you feel this low vibrational energy. You say, no, I'm not gonna do it for you. Sorry. I have to go to some different school. And he gets mad and he tells you, like I literally hear he says, I put a curse on you for not agreeing to teach me because I'm a big deal. I'm in charge of other beings. I need to know some things. And if somebody doesn't give me a ticket, and from now on, all your ability is going to be on reverse. Like whatever spells you say energetically are going to be the opposite for you of the result you expect. And he also said that I have a team. I have a team of beings. I have souls that I control that I incarnate on different in through this, and you got scared there. I just see you being scared. That kind of stunned and scared at the same time, like stoned. And I see him putting right in the middle of your chest, like a gray. It's like a ball of thread, and it unfolds in the process, and it kind of hooks onto you right here in the middle. And he leaves. And then there's a decision to be made. I see a different scene. I see students from different, I see some kind of blue-skinned aliens that they have big eyes, and Andromedans. You were teaching them, and you were saying to them that there's something happening in the universe. We have to heal it. We have to do something about it. And in order to heal it, because the way it was, talking about the Earth, I see it's like it's a projection of Earth, and you're like spinning it with your mind. And you know how it changes its shape? It goes like stretched out this way and vertical and then horizontal like this all the time, and then round and flat. And you say, well, something's happening, and it was infiltrated from inside. Very smart way. It's how you create a government or take control over it. All the members with time, and that's how you control the race. And we have to do something about it. We have to incarnate in there. And I just see 15 of you going there to incarnate with you. And you said that because you're going to be in the informational field, you're all going to be connected, and you'll be giving them information throughout their lives, how to correct some things, because you need to spread out. You need to spread it out because there's some sites in Brazil, Argentina, Mexico. It's like what I'm looking at, I'm just looking at South America and also North America. You kind of pick those continents to work on the progress, because it looks like one of their headquarters are precisely in North America, and a lot of bases of them in South America. And from there, they do all the influence over the world. It's like it covers the world with invisible wave of control and communications through some devices and things like that. And I see you incarnate first. You're sitting at some desk, trying to understand what it is. It looks like I thought it was Washington D.C., some kind of governmental. No, it's New York. It's like a banker or something. Yeah, there's a computer. It's like on that main street. Like I see a lot of skyscrapers. Year 63. Tom Vangar. I don't know, with W it starts. And you're just kind of practicing your skills adaptation kind of to the you actually do remember what you came to do, but it's your job is like a cover up. I see you single life. I don't see you having any kids, any wife, nothing. You're just solely kind of working on yourself to figure out how this world works, what the mechanisms are, how to become big and powerful and destroy the mechanisms, basically. And when you come out of your body, when you die, I clearly see like a car hits you and something happens with your hip, and you're pretty old, and you die from that later. You're trying to heal it, but it's just not healing correctly. You die at home. They come out of your chest, and when you come out, you just want to explore more. You want to go to Area 51, you're going to go to all the specific strategic locations where you would see how this world functions, how the controllers control it from underneath, from behind the scenes. And that's when you get trapped. Like, that's when you totally get trapped. Because they see you come, and I see this mitras, this like dark red skinned reptilians. They're very intuitive, aggressive. They spot you in an energy body in that facility, and they just capture you. I see you're like lying on the chair, reclined chair, like I saw you, and now I see you like next switch is this next scene is the you on the Mars in the lab. They're doing this to you and to your energy body. They do a split, like clearly 6 parts. 1 part is kept on Mars in the lab, and 1 part is incarnated on Earth. There are 2 more incarnated on Earth that they need, but they are like underground military bases. Los Alamos just came up straight away on the underground base. And yeah, the other 2 are yeah, and I see that altar of yours. I'm just trying to search for the so those are the yeah, those are like just like a soldiers or whatever. And then another one is just on the moon doing some, there's some training. There's some it's like a reptilian. He's got this big oval face looking at me. He looks weird. He looks like he's got a lot of human DNA into him, but his skin is bumpy and it's scaly, but only on the back of his. And he's got a massive tail though, but he's got an almost like human looking face. And green color, greenish lighter on the face. Reptilian eyes was they're not even yellow, they're kind of like gray, like but they turn red when he gets angry. He's angry now because you're gonna disconnect from him. He looks weird. He's got this long neck like an ostrich, and then this face almost like a human. And he's supposed to bring you to different locations on the training facility. And the person he had a session was you know very well. And that person also was that magician, that guy from Buddhist who came to you. There was that person. That's the aspect of her. I also see her very strong connection to Pleiades, but that's just a different thing. I don't know how that happened, but it's like the soul of that Pleiadian being is inside that Draco that came to you. And basically you're like recruited you for the whole thing. For all together thing, basically the Earth experiment and the SSP. I got like Kruger. I got the Kruger because of the DNA, the etheric DNA that you have. You have the ability to see through, to feel through, to see through, to identify beings energetically by energies and know exactly what their intentions are, and that's what they're using you for. You also create some. Wait, I see your son. He's doing something. Oh no, that's his clone that used to be. No, what came to me, it's clone in the now somehow. And it just came out of this tube. And he's creating some holographic images of some maps. They're different maps. They're maps on the surface of different planets where there are military bases. He creates maps of evacuation because they know they're gonna pushed out. They're being pushed out these days. He's doing it for them. I see like that clone is connected. Okay, there's a connect and disconnect button somehow. It retrieves itself this connection. When they need him to work, they literally like pull him out of the tube and make him work. It's like inserting his head through the beam technology. I don't know what it is. It's like a plate connected to the seat where he sits, and then it goes into his head like projection of a plate. It's like it builds up inside, and it's like a software program that he runs. But he's good at technology. He's good at structuring holograms, holographic projections of battlefields, how the things are gonna go, if they go in this direction, that direction, how to conquer a planet energetically, what to change to create this energetic structure around any planet or things like that. And so he does. His clone does. The clone is like hidden. It's like in this tube. And there's a system through you that they would reconnect to him because you're like together. They really wanted you to be his handler. They really wanted you to follow the program and you didn't. How to program him as your own son to serve them. And you just woke up, and they didn't expect that. So they chose another person. They programmed your husband back then to do that job. And I see you in your.
And that was his dad.
Yeah. And he would have to undermine you in his eyes. So, disrespect, through disrespect, that like, don't trust her. Don't trust. She doesn't know what she's doing type thing. She cannot be trusted. That's a message. It's like subliminal kind of messages. And that's why, on top of this, you already got this so-called spell that you believed in at the moment. And because you were in low vibration and shocked and scared, you believed in it, and it created almost like a program in your own. It's in your head and it's in your stomach. There's two spots that you believe that actually no matter what, it's deep subconscious. You don't know, you do not know this consciously, even though you kind of figured that out already.
Yeah.
That no matter what you do, it's the opposite result.
Yeah.
So
I feel like somebody has a curse on me, but I'm not really sure how to get rid of that.
yeah. And basically, see how it goes. That Pleiadian being was also taken, manipulated, soul taken, split, put in the body of a Draco. worked on you, the other part of that person, the fragment of her soul incarnated right now in this life in that person that you worked with, you know? And that was also done on purpose because it's like they're playing a chess game with precision type thing. So you take off this helmet, that orange bright transparent square from your head also. You create a vacuum thing in your hand, suck out all those little. It's like they're not even moving anymore. I think they've done the job they were supposed to do and left in the body just in case that they can activate them. The little bugs, I'm saying, the little spiders.
Can we undo that?
Yeah, you absorb them with a vacuum, and I just see you put the vacuum down for a second, and then you're taking out that. It's actually sitting right in your stomach. That particular release box, it's like a box. They had that AI technology of a spider sitting in it. That's still in your stomach, sitting there. It disrupts your digestion, everything. It takes your energy there too, and that's why you probably have this hunger issues or whatever. It must be because I see the whole stomach. It just expanded thanks to this box, and it's constantly lack of energy type thing.
I have no energy. I'm extremely hungry, but I try not to eat because every 100 calories equals 1,000 when it gets in my body. It's very
Hmm.
difficult. I mean, I exercise.
Right. So that's simply why. I mean, that's for this implant. You took it out. I see you holding in your hand. It's just a weird thing. It's kind of like he has a thing that opens up by itself and then it shuts. And then I got some in the middle. It's almost like a circle of artificial light. It's just strange technology. It's like warms up the spiders with rays when they need to be activated, something like this. Um, so you take it out. So you're opening a portal, you're just drawing it with your finger. Open it, drawing that one, all this stuff out. And that hook right in the middle of your chest, you disconnect that one right now. It kind of bounces back to him. And then you go to that moment when you're working at your school as a teacher and teaching others. And that Draco comes in the cloak with the hood, and you do your thing. You basically do this, and from the you concentrate your energy with your consciousness in the palm of your hand, and it just does this like, it's almost like in the movies, like, but there are multiple rays of blue, like lightning goes towards him and pushes him out, and the door's closed. I can get out, get inside. Um, so it's kind of like he got zapped with your high vibrational energy.
That's what I do actually in my dreams. I'll
Oh,
use my hand or my eyes to shoot light, and then I zap people and I can get away from them.
interesting. Yeah, that's what you did. And here's you disconnect from the clones, but then you go back to that 18, 19 years old, also 27, and delete those moments. They never take your DNA, they never take you. No clones anymore doing anything for them. Here's the thing about the contract here. I see the moon, I see the Mars, I see two rooms. Mars, conference room, big table, Lots of tables on the sides with computers. You just go on one of them that clearly belongs to you. And you open it up. You open it up with your consciousness. The screen lights up. And you don't even touch it. You kind of do it with your hand like this. And as if somebody was pressing the buttons, but nobody is. You're doing it energetically, and you pull out the files. And I see it's like a receipt at the ATM, It just comes out like the long strip of all your contracts comes up out to you. You had a red book there, and that book comes out too. It's just like in your hands. And you send and that's with your mind also. You send the wave to delete, to erase anything related to you and your service there. And also you go back at the same moment to that gray room I saw at the beginning of the session, and you tell your son to do the same just in case. And to disconnect from this clone that it was kind of hooked through you. Basically, they were acting also through you to get to him. It's like this the whole system was working that way. And your husband was a disruption system of everything you could possibly do energetically to correct anything. So you just burn up all this big receipt type thingy and the bread book. You're like some assistant there. Assistive of intuitive team or whatever that is, because you're also teaching there. Because I see, your clone was some. I can't read the name on the tag, but it came to me as Mel, but it's not. It's different. It's like male name, because it's a male. I don't see a woman there. It's a clone male clone. Yeah, like kind of like Mel Gibson, the same kind of name. 3 letters. So anyway, you got disconnected from that. Your son he says like, I need to figure and find out so much. There's a great mystery here and everything. So he says he got confused. Through confusion, it seems like they would control him.
Yep.
Too. And he's just sitting there. He says that he needs to get into computer system and see for himself. But he creates this bubble. He pulls in, he almost like copies their database to look through it and know precisely after that what happened and how they did what they did, because he needs to know for himself. He doesn't trust the information anybody passes to him. He wants to do it. And so you change the timeline there. You burn the contracts here. So I see you like melting them. Like you sat in the bowl with your eyes. Kind of like you shoot sparks. And that's it. They got on fire. Just throw that one out too. And then I see that very person came observing. Just a strange gesture like this. like this with the finger, and just walks away.
That's like the no, no, no kind of finger.
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
So, that person, do they really need to walk away, or can we just throw them out the vortex?
She's out of your energy sphere. She's not connected anymore. She's not connected to your son either because she was connecting through you to him. The thing is, that's a actual etheric body of an actual person that
Mm,
you actually dealt with. So you can't
okay.
really throw, but you did throw out this, let's say, Draco that was powered by her energy. So you did throw him out.
I will say that when I was very, very young, a figure in a black robe would stand next to my bed every night for probably 2 years. Was that the being? Same
The
being?
that would come check on you because very interested in your DNA, in your knowledge being transferred to him.
Can we take my DNA out of the databases so they no longer have it?
Yeah, when you erased the contract and you disconnected from the clones and you went to those times when you were 18 and 19 when they would take the DNA samples, you did that. You'll never let them take them. So you change the timeline. There's nothing they can do about it. It's like whatever they had disappeared. Um,
So this curse that this thing put on me, where he was going to reverse everything, I guess you said. Um, did we get that contract burnt up, erased, and everything reset?
yeah, yeah, that was just literally like a conversation without you even signing anything. The reason how he got into connected to you when he throws that lost soul with the little energetic hook into your chest, because you were stunned, you were shocked that he could do this, that he could tell you this, that he's actually a Draco. And because you felt very low vibrational energy from him, but you wanted to be nice and just kind of tell him to go, and you didn't expect such reaction. So in that low vibrational, you dropped your vibration, and that's why he was able. You become all of a sudden you became at the same level with him vibrational, so he could hook you up to himself and put that curse on you. And the thing is how it worked in the split second when you were scared, you knew better, but because you were scared, you believed into this curse, and it's like imprinted, it's like a stamp in your subconscious. She erased and eliminated now, but that's why the whole thing worked. And it was supported also throughout how it was supported and strengthened, because every time you do something, especially when you announce it in your energy sphere, and he was right there in your energy sphere. Oh, I'm so thankful and grateful that this worked out, or whatever. He's like, okay, let's amplify it through implants. Here's we amplifying the curse. Bing, and the next day something would happen to you that would show you the opposite. Hey, I don't know why you were celebrating. If look what happens now. And then you kind of notice the pattern. By noticing the pattern and believing that, oh, it's got to be a curse or something, you strengthen it even more. You gave power to it through your belief, so it worked even better.
But
But it was done on purpose, of course.
I was still able to identify that it was even there.
Right, because you're sensitive, because that's what they wanted. Your DNA is built like it's like little crystalline structures. Looks like kind of like the pufferfish without the without the spikes.
Right.
That's it. It's kind of like a crystalline structure of a bead, of the round bead with little things sticking out like receptors almost, and they're connected to other. That's how strands of DNA formed, and they're this kind of like bluish snow color, and they form strands, and there are strands. Yeah.
So you
Let me
said
see.
that they split me into 6 parts. Am I still in 6 parts?
Now you pulled all the parts together,
You did.
and you released them all because you changed all the timelines where the split occurred, as if the sky never took you, as if you never decided to go to Earth with your students, and you actually send this information to them also. So all 15 of you who came received the information and changed that altogether. That how we decide not to go, we decide to observe and rather send information instead. So that aspect of you is still in this mystery school and this astral level. I see you like I see you in fifth, sixth density there. Um, and yeah, it's all cleared because you changed everything and you also helped others. I just kind of like yawning because I'm releasing in a way. That's what I feel. It's like it goes through me because there's a lot of force put into this. There's a lot of things going on, and also the way how they were taking your energy. It's like a lot of energy. So up to 75% that they would take.
Yes, and I knew that. I knew that I was working with 30% energy and wondering how am I getting through my life right now when I have absolutely no energy? Like I felt like 65% of my energy was being siphoned.
Mm. Yeah, for sure. And all the clones were running, all the stuff that they connected to you was running on you. Oh, I'm just like non-stop yawning. It's crazy, but it's like we created this and releasing something definitely.
Stop. You're experiencing that nonstop yawning. I would too. I would be like, what is going on? Why am I yawning? It's not like I'm have a gas leak in the house, or anything like that. And I would yawn over and over and over like that. And I would think this is ridiculous.
Yeah, because I very well feel like I wasn't in contact with you in those programs, but I like feel like I know you from some like I saw you or something, kind of like this. But yeah, you raised your vibration now, and you change your DNA back to original.
So they're not going to come and try to abduct me again, right?
No, they cannot because you tore apart and destroyed all the everything, all the contracts was them, consciously, subconsciously, and database, and paper copies and everything.
Okay. And then did I help my son to get free of whatever happened?
Yeah, yeah, because they kept you together. They kept you together. They used you as a portal to get to him. They also used you as a portal to arrange some events for him. But this whole system of control behind these people whom they're controlling, they're just not very happy. There's a lot of people disconnecting. That's why we're gonna see more and more. That's my. We already see the beginning. There's gonna be groups of people separating from the real, true, genuine groups of people who are actually disconnected and who want nothing to do with that anymore. But there is still controlled kind of group of people who are gonna try to lure more people in. Um, and we just have to just stay away, do our things. We came here to heal everything, with our energies, ourselves first, of course, because without healing ourselves, we cannot give the energy out. But even with all the implants, I feel like you've been healing anyway, people around you. So, and that's how powerful we are. No matter what programs, what implants, whatever, you just raised your vibration, and I saw how I saw your like a mental, emotional bodies. They got like transparent, translucent, and before they had like a gray kind of dust all over. So that was the residue of mental kind of not the programs, but thoughts created by the programs in rotation, and also emotional aspects too connected to them. It's almost like metallic dust and metallic dust connected through mental emotional bodies together, forming one big, almost like entity that was hard to counteract at times.
Is there anybody that I hurt that I need to fix that in these other places and spaces?
That soul dissipated, disappeared, and gone. It's like you cleanse the timeline,
Okay.
and the timeline is clean of any. Don't you have to undo anything? Everything automatically being erased by your high vibration, and the when you get to back to point zero, how everything started. If you change that point zero, everything else changed.
Do I have other timelines that need fixing, or was that kind of like, once you wake up, you're able to clean that whole thing up and then really it's just gone?
Yeah, it's like from the palm of your hand, like you concentrated all your high vibrational energy there to hit him, with the wave of energy. The same thing you did throughout your timelines, and you just like zoom, and they all cleansed.
Okay, good. Good.
Mhm. Yeah, I was looking at your DNA. I was like, what is this number 77? Like 77 strands. Kind of funny. That number.
My DNA
Okay.
is 77.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
77 strands is just your original. I mean, basically, here's the truth. The truth is we form our own DNA. If you want it to be like 12 strands of human DNA, you can do it. You can reduce it to 12 and make it human. If you want your original alien DNA, that's what you kind of left. You came back to the original one, what you had on that in that teaching, position on that school. I mean, it's not a position really. It's just kind of like everybody picks his own thing. They do the best and they know best and do. Um, but yeah, you can change your DNA. You can make him 87 if you wanted to. That's that because we're creators. We're creators of everything, of our avatar body, of our energy body, of all the components of it. We can basically condense information and spread it out, and we can add some things also. So that's what we can play around with energy, with our own energy too.
Uh,
Just saying.
Will I connect to my spirit guides better now? And,
Well, the problem with the spirit guides is what came to me is like those military personnel that and handlers who would
oh,
come to you as spirit guides.
forget that. No way.
Yeah. So
Maybe I don't even need one. Maybe I don't need a spirit. I don't know.
spirit guides are concept of new age to control. They're like handlers of a soul.
Okay.
Uh, and the angel, who's supposed to guardian angel is a handler also. So
So we don't,
there's no guides. Like anywhere else you go in any universe, any planet in this universe also, you're not guided by anybody. You're guided by your own spirit, by your own soul, by your own essence. I mean, what do you want to experience? Ask yourself, and you find something for yourself. We're very independent. That's the core of a soul. Soul is independent and wants to create by herself
right,
all the time. So it's just a concept in our head. It's a program that we all have to change. We actually are the ones who know better than others. When we are clean, we can use our intuition, and we don't need anybody's advice really, because we feel better inside and know better for ourselves. And our soul is our, you can call the soul a guide. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I call my own child a guide because she woke me up and she was 2.5 and told me all about her, being taken and forced to Earth to incarnate here, and things like that. But it just whatever meaning you put into a word, that's because some people even call my guardian angel is my higher self, so that's different, right? It depends.
is there really a higher self? Is that,
It's just I call it, it's me without a body. It's me who shoots sparks of my consciousness into bodies I create by myself for myself. So I don't really distinguish. I don't see difference between me and the big energy I see up there, because it feels the same. I touch it, I feel it, I hug it, I go inside it. It's just totally me. That's how I am. So I can't really call it higher self. I mean, for me, it's like as if I was putting a crown on my head and saying, "Oh, I'm my higher self." No, I mean, because it's totally me, part of me. So, and there's no, and when you understand that, you totally understand. I mean, the craziness of the programming they put in our heads about the guides, the judgment, the life review, all mistakes. I mean, no, it's beautiful. We make mistakes. We learn so much from them. It's set up that way, especially in this reality, artificially set up to never complete the any level of the game without mistakes. It's just part of the learning, to come back to your own true self and get out of here and never come back, So,
and my true self, is it from a particular like planet, space in the universe? I mean, your true high self.
yeah, you're Lyran. You're from Lyra, original humans from Lyra. You called yourself somehow something. Alabram. It sounds like this. Alabram. Albram. Like this. That's what you say. Cause I see you, and you're this like tall, white, translucent body, white, very white skin. If we talk about physical level density, and you got this very long hair, in males, and well, a bit to the shoulders, but they kind of look like Pleiadians, but they're not Pleiadians. They got this bright orange hair. It's almost like the energy of the sun in it. And energetic body with long, bright orange hair, with white skin, physical appearance, and the large, large blue or green eyes, puffy lips. It reminds me, the Renaissance pictures, right? The paintings kind of reminds me of that, but except the body is not like a fluffy or whatever you call it. It's just very thin and long and beautiful long fingers and all this, stretched out, tall, probably like 7, 8 feet tall body, very powerful beings. It's before it was taken over by a Lyran being and the Felinoid beings, and there was to be like it looked beautiful, that constellation, kind of like Earth, like original Earth. Yeah, from there.
So it's called Lyran. Lyran. It's called the.
Lyra, it's a Lyra constellation, but you've been incarnating in different stars there. It's a race that is called a Labram, I cannot say, but they have this kind of like thin body but large kind of chests. Something about the atmosphere and lacks oxygen, or something lacks that you are. Like I see your chest moving in the physical when you breathe.
Okay.
It's different, everything. It's like you take a deep breath and it stays there for a while, then you exhale, it's different, and kept in the breath. It's almost like an energy that you infuse with your own energy and connect. It's different system. But yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, if you're clean, if you don't have any questions, I'll disconnect.
I'm. I think you answered all of them, so thank you.
Sure. Yawning completely stopped. Like I don't even feel like it. That was wild. 101. Okay, one sec. Let me turn it off.